If they want to keep going, grab your best hold, grab your best lawyers, because I'm ready to go. Because I'm done with it. I'm done.
So that was Hulk Hogan's daughter, Brooke, and she just declared war. After being completely cut from her father's $50 million will, she's ready to expose family secrets that could destroy reputations forever. But here's what's crazy. Brooke says she asked to be removed from the will herself. Why would someone walk away from millions? What does she know that's so dangerous? In this explosive TMZ interview, Brooke reveals shocking details about her father's final years, the people who controlled him, and why she's now threatening legal action against his inner circle. She says, quote, "I know too much, and trust me, what she's about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about the Hogan family." This is the interview everyone's talking about, so let's break down every shocking detail. Before we dive deep into this family drama, let me give you some context. Hulk Hogan passed away recently, and his funeral was attended by practically every major name in wrestling and entertainment. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena, Triple H, everyone was there to pay their respects. But one person was noticeably absent, his own daughter Brooke, and the internet immediately started attacking her. People were calling her ungrateful, selfish, and worse. But according to Brooke, there's way more to this story than anyone realizes. First, let's talk about what started all this drama. Listen to what she told Harvey Levin.
Start at the beginning. I'm embarrassed that it's even come to this. I have a life. I have 2 kids. I have a job. I have a business. I have been trying to live quietly and peacefully. And the only reason my face is on TV right now is because I have had to constantly battle false claims. Is whoever is spinning this negative narrative about me, trying to get ahead or discredit me, or whatever they're trying to do. What I've been hearing it's so false, it's laughable. And it's making me mad. And it only tells me that their golden goose is gone.
Did you catch that? She said their golden goose is gone. Brooke is basically saying that everyone around Hulk was dependent on his money, and now that he's dead, they're coming after her. But here's what's even more shocking. She reveals that she's been financially independent from her father since she was 18 years old. This completely destroys the narrative that she's some spoiled rich kid fighting over daddy's money. Listen to this.
I relied on my father for nothing financially. I have my own job. My husband has a job. We do not have any money coming in from my father since I was 18 years old. And everybody else relied on him for a paycheck.
So if she didn't need his money, why is everyone attacking her? Well, Brooke claims people are afraid of what she knows, and according to her, she knows a lot. But we'll get to that in a minute. First, let me tell you about the most heartbreaking part of this story, why she really didn't attend the funeral. And honestly, when you hear her explanation, it'll probably make you cry. You see, everyone assumes she skipped the funeral out of spite or anger, but the reality is completely different. She was actually honoring her father's specific wishes.
When my dad told me specifically multiple times, just burn me up and put me in the back of the ocean behind my house. That's where my dad is. I want to be in the Gulf. I want to be with my dad. I don't want he didn't like the morbidity of funerals. He hated it. And quite honestly, if he knew he were being carted around for 2 weeks for show, with people that didn't really know him, celebrities and stuff that I'm like, how well did you really know them? Is this for my dad or is this for everybody else? So, I hate to be a biatch about it, but, my dad wanted to be cremated and put in the ocean. And the closest way I could get to him was to put my feet in the ocean with my children.
That's actually beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. While everyone else was at a formal funeral service, she was standing in the ocean with her children, connecting with her father's spirit in the way he wanted. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. Brooke reveals that their relationship became strained in the final years, and it wasn't because of money or fame. It was because of the people who surrounded Hulk and controlled access to him. She talks about how her father became callous in his old age. And there's this really disturbing story about a contractor who witnessed something.
And one of the contractors witnessed an interaction between me and my dad. And he texted me, the contractor texted me and said, "Are you okay, kid? that hurt me watching what I saw. So my dad had become a little bit calloused in his old age, and that's okay.
Imagine how bad that interaction must have been for a complete stranger, a contractor, to text Brooke asking if she was okay. That tells you everything about how Hulk was treating his own daughter in his final years. But here's the most shocking revelation. Brooke voluntarily removed herself from Hulk's will. Someone walked away from potentially tens of millions of dollars. Why? Her reasoning will absolutely blow your mind. She mentions Scientology, family fights over money, and something that will make your blood run cold.
The biggest reason, though, why I asked to be off of the will was because I know my family, and I know if Sky, who, from what I know, allegedly is still in good standings with Scientology, I just know how my family is, and I've seen how certain members of my family go after money. And I see how they fight over money and how they turn on each other over money.
Let me break this down because it's absolutely insane. Brooke removed herself from a multi-million-dollar will because she was afraid of fighting against Scientology and her own family members over money. She'd rather walk away from generational wealth than deal with that level of drama and manipulation. But here's the kicker, and this is where it gets really dark. She might not even know if she's actually in the will or not, because apparently the people around Hulk controlled everything, including his legal and financial decisions. Listen to this terrifying revelation.
I mean, my dad should have known that when the truth is, my dad might not even know that I asked to be off the will because I texted his money manager, and his money manager and his people may have taken me off the will without him even knowing. Who even knows? This is the issue, that I had, was never knowing the truth because of the people that were around him. So
this is absolutely chilling. Brooke is basically saying that Hulk's inner circle had so much control that they could have manipulated his will without him even knowing about it. His own daughter had to go through his people just to communicate with him. And she mentions never knowing the truth because of these people. What kind of truth was being hidden? What were they protecting? Well, Brooke hints that she knows way more than she's saying, and these people are terrified of her speaking out. In fact, she says this multiple times throughout the interview, and each time it gets more ominous.
So I don't know if I'm their emotional, guilty punching bag, or if they are afraid of what I know, because I know a lot that I don't talk about. I know a lot. And
3 times she says, I know a lot, or I know too much. What could she possibly know that has these people so scared? Well, Brooke actually gave us a hint, and it's absolutely terrifying. She talks about her father's relationship with his wife, Sky, and there was apparently something that made Hulk afraid to even consider breaking up with her. Listen to this chilling conversation they had. This might be the most disturbing part of the entire interview.
Said something to me that really took me aback. And he said, if I broke up with her, it'd be bad. And I said, what do you mean by that? It would be bad. And he goes, I don't want to get into it,
That's absolutely chilling. Hulk Hogan, a man who built his career on being tough and fearless, was afraid to break up with his wife. He told his daughter it would be bad, but wouldn't explain what he meant. What was he afraid of? Was he being blackmailed, threatened, controlled? Brooke clearly thinks so, and she mentions that her father confided in her about relationship problems but seemed trapped. And here's another disturbing detail. Brooke says her father was never alone. He was always surrounded by these people who controlled access to him.
And my dad was never alone. He was always with someone. And most of those people I did not like, and I did not get good energy from, and I didn't want to be around.
So picture this, Hulk Hogan in his final years, never alone, always surrounded by people his own daughter didn't trust. People who controlled his money, his communications, possibly even his will. And when his daughter tried to warn him about these people, he became distant and callous. But here's what's really scary. Throughout this entire interview, Brooke never actually reveals what she knows. She just keeps hinting at it. These dark secrets, this dangerous information that has people so scared they're attacking her publicly. And now she's done staying quiet about it. She's ready to fight back, and her final threat is absolutely explosive.
Whatever representative from that camp continues to spew these lies, if they want to keep going, grab your best hold, grab your best lawyers, because I'm ready to go. Because I'm done with it. I'm done. This is ridiculous. I know too much. I've been through too much. I'm not to be played with. This is not. Stop coming after me. I'm not the one you want to come after.
And there you have it. Brooke Hogan has drawn a line in the sand. She's threatening legal action against anyone in her father's inner circle who continues spreading what she calls lies about her. But the real question is, what does she actually know? What are these family secrets that could apparently destroy reputations? Was Hulk Hogan being controlled or manipulated in his final years by the people closest to him? Based on everything we heard in this interview, I think Brooke knows something massive. Something that could potentially expose a conspiracy involving money, control, and possibly even elder abuse. The fact that she walked away from millions of dollars tells me she's either incredibly principled or incredibly scared of what fighting for that money would expose. What do you think? Was Hulk Hogan being controlled by the people around him? And should Brooke expose whatever she knows? Let me know in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe.